G'day, Josh here with another Chess Rush video. This is going to be a replay of my performance in round one of a Chess Rush Turbo tournament that took place earlier today. I actually captured the footage. I wanted to be able to focus 100% on the game, so I didn't commentate as I was playing, but I'm going to go through and do some after the fact commentary on my gameplay as we watch through the video. I won the first round on my side of the draw and did advance through to the final round, but unfortunately wasn't able to place in the final round where the competition was a little bit tougher and my luck was nowhere near as good, although my particular side of the draw in the first round was quite stacked with some pretty tough competition, but I definitely had a lot more luck in the first game. So without further ado, let's jump into the game and let's see exactly how I went. So you can see here that I was matched up against level 99 Novice, Maxi D, D-Boy, Rare, and Warrior. Many familiar names for those of you that have been watching tournament games. Pretty much every one of those names is familiar, so definitely some challenging opponents as we load into the game. Quite a few unique characters. I'm using the Desert Prince at this point in time, and I'm lucky enough to have a trial card of that as well as the snowboard, which looks really, really cool. So there is the snowboard with the Desert Prince. Funny that I'm using a Desert Prince on a snowboard, but I actually think the combination works quite well together. Not an amazing first shot as you didn't actually have any pairs, but some decent individual units. Steel Fist and Hog Rider are both quite good. I grabbed Famine as well because at that point I've got Hog Rider who is a hunter, so it would make sense to also grab Famine as a second hunter, and the Undead combo is quite strong at this point in the current meta. It can be very, very useful, so Steel Fist also as a very strong individual unit. Go ahead here and send off the General Puffer emote as the noise that it makes is absolutely hilarious. I do actually prefer the old emotes, but the noises on the new emotes are definitely better. And pick up the Bangar using that extra crystal from winning that round as well. Not really sure where I'm going at this stage. Obviously going to grab that Scourge as the best individual unit in that board, in that shop, and there was the pair of Nightingales, so I grabbed those as well. Now I'm rocking two Riders, which is good. At least I've got some sort of early combo happening as well as that Demon combo. So winning this next round against Forest Robbers was never going to be any issue at all, as there's not too much to do other than just watch the snowflakes fall on the board, checking what everyone else is rocking. We were using two AI bots in both this side of the draw and the other side of the draw in round one, as there were 12 people in total vying for the final 8 positions in the final round. So you can see that one of the bots is getting quite lucky. I think it was, yeah, player 5, AI bot number 5 had a pretty solid early game, but bots generally high roll pretty aggressively and aren't really that much of a factor in the late game. So I get the win there, a couple more items, and then we just have to wait for everyone else to wrap up their round. Got that Goblin graffiti happening as well. So this is where it starts to get interesting. Obviously going to grab that third Warrior, as Warrior is one of the better combos in the game. So I make that change, and then I'm like, well, actually, I probably need to... actually, no, I didn't have to sell anything at this stage. My mistake. So I'm just setting up positioning at this side. So we're actually looking reasonable at this point in time. I've got 3 Warrior, 2 Rider, 2 Fairy, and 1 Demon. I pick up the Marsh Lord as well, as Warlock is quite good. Make sure that I'm equipping these items around. I actually missed the item equipping for this first round. I was a little bit too slow. I like giving the defensive items to heroes that have passive abilities, because defensive items mean you take less damage, which actually slows the mana regeneration when taking damage because you're taking less of it. So giving it to heroes that have passive abilities means that it's not affecting their ability cooldown time or mana regen time at all. Thank you to Chaos Seraph for that pro tip. We were discussing that on a stream a little while ago. So you can see there that I also did pick up the Ground Smasher. Got to grab Flamecaller. She's one of the strongest early tier 3 units, so definitely want to get her out, and a little bit of repositioning on the board is required to do so as well. And I also want to level up so I can get 6 heroes happening, so I do go ahead and sell off those Engineers now. Engineers are definitely a riskier combo. Cyborg Engineers, they're a very strong endgame build, but I didn't want to risk it at this point. given that it was round one of a tournament game, I wanted to play a slightly safer option. Although, as you'll see, that the way this game progresses, no early game builds really came together. I mean, what I've currently got is holding me over for now, but I'm not two-starring anything just yet. And I do actually end up going down to this bot who has a 2-star Devourer, a 2-star Misfortune, and a Flamecaller of their own. So I do actually take a loss to a bot, which was a bit frustrating in a tournament game, but it is part of the process. Go ahead and grab both of those pairs there as well. And now I have to figure out what I'm selling off here so I can get another hero in. So now I'm looking pretty decent. I've added the 2 beast combo to my build. Still sitting pretty on 56 health, which currently has us in 3rd overall. Me and Warrior at this stage are the only two that have advanced to level 7. I'm definitely a very aggressive leveler in Turbo because it just gives you quicker access to top-end heroes, tier 4, tier 5 heroes, epics and legendaries. The quicker you can get to them, generally speaking, the better off you're going to be. So I match up against D-Boy here, and I end up... I actually cannot remember how this one went at all. It looks like I might just clutch it out, although maybe not. No, I think I do end up losing here. Oh, Flamecaller coming in clutch, but not clutch enough as Nether Prince just lands the killing blow. So we do just lose it at the very end there. Now, for those of you that weren't able to check out the tournament, Maxi D currently sitting in 1st, won the tournament, and Warrior, who's also on my side of the draw, came 3rd, who's currently sitting in 3rd. So it definitely was quite stacked on my side of the draw. Maxi D with a slight disconnection there, but he definitely got back in the game with no worries at all. I do find Lightbringer in the store, which is amazing for me. An early Lightbringer, very, very strong. So at this point, I'm thinking maybe I can run Sorcerers. They can be quite good late game. I actually pick up the Totem Face so I can run 3 Sorcerers. And so now I've actually started to adjust my combos just a little bit. 3 Warrior, 3 Sorcerer, 2 Furry, 2 Beast, and 2 Human. And I'm setting up to add something else in as soon as I'm able to after the bears here. There's that Lightbringer cast. And I do get myself a couple of defensive items from the bears. Always nice to get items. Attack items are my preferred, but I'll take any items over no items. So at this point I pick up a Guru as well. Absolutely a must buy. Guru is one of the most important characters, heroes in the game. Pick up that Nether Prince as well so I can get a Warlock combo of my own happening, and I need to sell some things here so that I can actually level up to 8 so I can get that Nether Prince in, but I do that. So I've now given myself 2 Warlock as well. So I'm actually looking, although I'm still only rocking a whole bunch of 1-star heroes, they're all very, very nice in terms of the combos that they're helping me gain. So I do struggle against 2-star heroes a little bit, but those sorcerers in the back are absolutely melting. And you can see here that I'm able to come through with another solid win. A ton of my heroes are still up, and I'm winning on D-Boy's board as well. So that actually moves us up into 2nd place as Warrior takes a loss there. So that was a really, really good round for me. And look at this shop. Another Lightbringer, another Flamecaller. Oh, the luck in this game early on. Well, once we got past a very early stage where I wasn't able to get anything 2-star too early, but this mid-game section has been really, really lucky for me, that's for sure. Just figuring out what I'm doing with items here. So still, no 2-star heroes, and I'm holding off on using that Guru because I reckon there's a good chance I can roll into another Lightbringer, and I don't really want to use Guru on any hero that's lower than a 4 or 5 cost. Generally speaking, I will do it if I have to, but I try to avoid to. Now you can see there, pretty much everyone was using Warriors. So it was at this point in the game that I was like, well, basically everyone's using Warriors. It might be time to rotate away from Warriors so I'm not having to fight for anybody in terms of finding those key pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 using Warriors, including myself. So that's over half of the game. Half of the players in this game are trying to go Warriors at this stage at least. It is one of the easier early combos to achieve. 2-star Flamecaller, absolutely fantastic. I do manage to upgrade from a Totem Face to the elf dragon, who I always forget the name of. So I'm still rocking, at this point in time, 3 warriors, 3 sorcerers, what else was it? 2 warlocks, 2 furries, 2 beasts, and a demon, and 2 humans as well. And then I also find the Templar Knight in the store there. So I'm thinking my end game build might actually be more like human sorcerers than warrior sorcerers. So need to find another key human piece so I can make that change, but that does happen soon, as I believe I continue to get wins. The Lightbringer cast coming in really big there. Flamecaller flat out killing an opposing hero, and I'm winning on that board as well. So we're looking really, really good at this point in time. I'm on a bit of a winning streak. I've just started to 2-star my first heroes, and the build is starting to come together as I slowly find more humans to flesh it out. So creep round, obviously I don't want to be spending crystals during that round. Another Templar Knight, fantastic. I did actually pick up that Executioner because I'm thinking maybe I do continue the Warriors. I was undecided, but I believe that was when I made the decision. There's obviously the Nether Prince on the board as well, so I can't run multiple Warriors. And at some point here, whether it's here or the next round, I believe is when I actually start selling off my Warriors and subbing in those humans, those riders in. So you'll see there that I've actually lost both furry and warrior because of that, but I have gained the rider combo, and I've got just stronger individual units. They're all 1-star, so I wasn't really costing myself much there. Lightbringer's doing a ton of work again. Since her buff, she's actually really, really good now. Really, really good. Get quite a few decent items from that round as well. So now we're going to be looking at getting to level 9, which is, in most games, level 9 is a critical stage. You can often win on level 9 without needing to get to level 10. From memory, I do actually get to level 10 this game, but you certainly don't need to in every single game. So I find myself a 2-star Templar Knight, amazing. It's my second 2-star hero, so things are definitely coming together. I've got room to put something else on the board. So I believe it's 2 Lightbringers at this stage. I think I run 2 Lightbringers for a few rounds just because she's so strong. So strong. So you can see that there. She's my 9th hero. So I'll be getting double Lightbringer casts off for a while, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And now we just wait to see who we're matched up against. So we're up against a bot this time around. Shouldn't be any problems at this point in the game beating a bot. And we are matched up against Rare on their board as well. So once again, only Warrior and myself have actually got to level 9 at this stage. So we have a 3% chance of finding legendaries at this stage, which is especially key if you are building cyborgs. So we get that win quite easily. And we maintain our position in 2nd overall as MaxiD continues to win and stay on top, currently undefeated. And look at that find. Speaking of a 3% chance to find legendaries, there is the Dark Mage. Means that we continue to get the undead combo, and we also now have a legendary on the board. We have 4 sorcerers currently, and so we're currently rocking 4 humans, 4 sorcerers, and look at that shot. We actually find a General of War and a werewolf, 2 warlock, 2 riders, 2 undead, and a demon at this stage. So I did actually not pick up that werewolf initially, but I do go back. I always check the store. I got so excited by finding that General of War and getting it in before the round started that I didn't pick up the werewolf straight away, but I definitely do see it in the store before the round ends. And it's just good to get into the habit of checking the store before the round ends, just in case you miss something, which I definitely did in this case, but I immediately snatch up that werewolf because that is my 6th human, which is really, really key for this build. Getting the 6 humans increases your chance at double casting your human sorcerers and also the mana regeneration speed, which is really, really big as well. So nothing in this particular shot, but I do want to get that werewolf in. And from memory, I may actually start... Yeah, this is when I move away from the warlock buff, because getting a 6 human at this stage is just stronger than having the 2 warlock combo. So I do go ahead and sub that werewolf in. Make sure my items are equipped appropriately. Probably should have started spinning a little bit there, spending some crystals on spinning. But given the situation that I'm in, even though I've only got two 2-star heroes, I'm just winning on my board, and I'm actually on top of the leaderboard now with 54 health. So I don't actually mind if I focus a little bit on economy and take a loss or two, because getting to level 10 now is quite feasible, given that I've got 30 crystals, about to be 45 crystals, and I'm sitting pretty with so much health on top of the leaderboard. If I had like maybe closer to 30 health, then starting to spend crystals, starting to roll on level 9 would have been the correct play. But in this particular case, it was totally fine. So I believe I do go ahead and invest in leveling here before I invest in refreshing. So I'm getting the maximum chance at finding legendaries and epics. And also, obviously, I have one more spot to put a hero on the board. Get that Warlock combo back with that Marsh Lord. And then we wait. Sometimes I like to sort of stay a little bit above 0 just so I'm getting a little bit of extra interest between rounds. And once again, I didn't really have to force it. Didn't have to spend all my crystals on rolling, given the position of power that I'm currently in, the win streak that I'm currently on, and the amount of health that I currently have. So I believe this round I actually eliminate the second bot. Managed to survive again against Maxi D. I do eliminate that second bot. So now we are down to the 6 human players that started this first round of the Fried Sweet Tea's Turbo tournament. I will actually leave the link to Fried Sweet Tea's Twitch channel as well. Make sure you give him a follow if you're not already. He does weekly Turbo and Classic tournaments. So if you're a fan of either of those modes, definitely sign up to play. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one.
Don't look at beauty for too long.
All right, so we have a creep round here. So once again, don't spend your crystals, obviously. So at this point in time, I'm just being patient. I did pick up the Krakens because she is a nice unit. And then I realized, actually, she's just not going to fit into this build. There's not too many builds she doesn't fit into, but 6 human, 6 sorcerer is not really one of them, because you kind of want other legendaries. You can do it if you give up the Warlock and Undead buffs. But at this point in time, I was really looking for Misfortune to give me both Undead and also Warlock. So I'm able to max out my defensive armor on the Templar Knight there, which is quite nice. And now is where I'm able to start spinning. So I actually got all the way up to 41 health. There's the Misfortune. So this is where I can actually replace 2 heroes with 1. I can get rid of both Marsh Lord, and I can also get rid of... And I didn't see this at the time. I could have also got rid of Nether Prince and put out Shakaraka there instead. There's my 6 sorcerer. So that is immediately going to be subbed in. And I think this is where I realize I can take out Nether Prince. Or do I not? No, sorry. Nether Prince, I'm trying to... I've got to remember this. I think I actually want to replace Nether Prince with Void Doom. I've got 3 undead in there currently. So I can actually give up Calamity. So I want to keep... Nether Prince for Warlock. I want to give up Calamity because I've got the Dark Mage and Misfortune for Undead. But Calamity is one of my only 2 riders at this point in time. So I am also looking for Dragoon as a human rider. And then I can move away from Werewolf, have the 2 human riders, and I can also then sell Calamity for the... and I'll still have the Undead buff. There's another Guru. Fantastic. So I actually do go ahead and go all in on 6 human, 6 sorcerers. So we do give up the Warlock buff, at least at this point in time, but looking very, very strong with 6 human, 6 sorcerer, 2 rider, 2 undead. Now it's all about 2-starring as many pieces as possible. So I do actually grab the Dragoon there. And as you can see, that's an immediate replacement there. But now I have to figure out how I get the undead back happening again. So I do 2-star the Calamity just in case I want to use it. I'm undecided as to which way I go here, but you can see that I've got 7 humans. Now the correct play would have been to take out Werewolf. I do actually take that loss there, which puts us down to 40 health, but I'm still sitting in a very, very strong position. Yeah, the correct play would be to take out Werewolf and put Misfortune back in, but I didn't see that in that particular round, which is fine. It happens. You don't see everything all of the time. It didn't cost me anything that particular round. So I do see it there. Because Calamity is a 2-star and a rider, I actually end up using Calamity for now. And this is essentially what, from memory, what the end game build basically looks like. I'm able to 2-star something else there as well. There's another misfortune. So I end up selling off the Nether Princes. Warlock probably isn't going to be something that I end up running this game now, given all of the pieces that I've got. A little bit hard to fit in too many extra combos when you're running 6 Rider and 6 Sorcerer. You've only essentially got 1 extra slot. 3 of the humans, 3 sorcerers are also humans, so you've got 3 other humans and 3 other sorcerers, so it's 9 heroes in total to achieve that combo. So if you're level 10, you've got 1 other position for a utility style hero. And in my case, if I remember correctly, as I do take another loss there and get moved down to 26 health. At this point in time, I'm just losing because I don't have enough 2-star heroes. But you can see I've got quite a few pairs on the bench ready to 2-star. And in fact, with the Gurus, I believe this round is quite a good one for me in 2-starring quite a few things. There's also a General of War, another Guru, another 2-star. So this was a very, very good round for me. So my utility hero is the Calamity at this point in time. And I'm doing that for the undead buff. Now, it's an interesting one. So individually, Misfortune is just the better unit. But because I've got 2 riders, Calamity does benefit from that somewhat. So he has a chance of triggering the shield and armor buff. So it's not a horrible one to have him in. And because he is 2-star, it's a no-brainer at this stage. When I 2-star Misfortune, it's a little bit of an more interesting decision. And I'm not actually entirely sure what the correct answer is with only the 2-rider combo, whether the Misfortune is actually better or not. You can see there that level 99 Novice does survive with his 2-star Berserker, but we are down to the final, the top 4 now, and I'm still sitting pretty on 26 health. I do end up selling the Misfortunes. I make the commitment there. I 2-star the Frost Lotus, so I'm looking in a very good position. Start picking up pieces that I could possibly 3-star here, like that Star Horn. Roll all the way down to 0, I believe, here. And set up for hopefully what could be a very good round next round, I think. That's when I realized that it's actually Fire Golems and I didn't need to spend my crystals there. I could have waited one more round, but not to worry. It wasn't going to be a big issue anyway. So we do obviously end up pretty easily beating these Fire Golems. And if you keep an eye on the right-hand side, I believe we're the first to do it. As I'm equipping those items, you actually lose that. But we were the first to beat the Fire Golems because we have such a strong lineup now. The Sorcerers just absolutely melt as I finish equipping all of my items there. So once again, spinning down to 0, looking to see if I can find any other key pieces that I'm still after. Trying to 3-star that Star Horn, that would be amazing. So I do grab the Witch Doctor there just in case I want to 2-star those Gurus. I've got that corner formation set up to protect my squishy sorcerers. Everything is now 2-star except the Dark Mage, which is why I haven't combined those 2 Gurus just yet. Just in case I find another Dark Mage, I can 2-star that as well. And here we are, up against level 99 Novice, who beat me last time I played them on my board. But we've essentially got our full comp. We have the equal highest value, and you can see that we're melting on every board. We actually just kill level 99 Novice on their board. We beat him on our board, and Maxi D just gets eliminated, and now Warrior and me are the only 2 left. Warrior is still in his battle, and you can see there that he actually loses that as well. So we had a very, very strong final round there with a really, really fun build. 6 human, 6 sorcerer. I got, 17 wins and 4 losses. You can see the final result there. 2 undead, 2 rider with the secondary combos. That was an amazing final round for us. 3 opponents being eliminated, and that was the game. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content.